Hello everyone, this is General History Gaming, and this is part 21 of our Panzer Corps 2 playthrough. We are playing the Battle of El Alamein. Things seem to be shifting in our favor as we begin turn 11. Just one more turn to go after this. But we are holding strong to all of our points, and like I said, things tend to look like it's turning in our favor. Although we're taking some heavy casualties. We took some heavy casualties near Mirta Ridge. That artillery piece almost got destroyed there. And we just lost that unit on the ridge. So yeah, we are starting to take some casualties actually. The British are actually beginning to get very aggressive. The computer must know they only have a few more turns to be able to take out, to take these points. So they got really aggressive, sorry. Just this past turn. Now at this point, actually we'll talk about that after my turn. So we're going to have to get these guys off this ridge, or else they're going to threaten the actual point here at Mirta Ridge. So what we'll do is we'll focus some artillery, maybe even send the Stuka in there. Alright, we drove them off. Wow, maybe we shouldn't have done that. But we took them. That's all that matters. Alright, so let's start getting behind these guys. They have some more anti-tank, anti-air over there. Really? Start swinging around this side. Took some artillery guns there. Alright, let's start silencing some of this artillery. Speaking of which, alright, we'll keep him there. Well, now we'll use him to strafe some of these guys. Got the overrun. Pursue. And that heavy infantry isn't going anywhere. I'll block with this tank here. Alright, we'll let them attack. Do have this fighter up here in the north, which will send against that engineer unit. Alright. Alright, so we're going on to the final turn. Montgomery launched Operation Supercharger towards the end of the battle. He believed this would be, or Supercharged, not Supercharger. He believed this would be the death blow to Rommel's forces. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't. He committed most of his armored brigades to the battle, but it was a horrific loss for the Allies, but it also ended up being a horrific loss for the Germans as well, and I'll explain. So the British initially broke through, but came into contact with, of course, all the German anti-tank and as well as Panzers that they could field on into battle. Unfortunately for the British, though, in fact, I don't even think I'm going to attack this turn. I might use my Air Force, seeing as they really can't do anything. The British couldn't really field much, or sorry, back it up. Uh, the British launched their attack, but came basically face to face with heavy uh, German anti-tank units, and they lost a horrific amount of tanks. Uh, Nearly all their tanks that they launched were destroyed by German anti-tank units. So yeah, they took horrific casualties, uh, assaulting the German positions. I believe it was near Kidney Ridge. I can't remember exactly where it was. Pretty sure it was Kidney Ridge that they attacked, though. I guess I should have looked that up. But I didn't. Oh well. So they attacked, but the problem was the Germans followed that up with an attack of their own, which of course failed as well, and pretty much all of Rommel's tanks that he had left were lost. So, like I said, even though he was planning on retreating anyway, he ends up counterattacking the British attack, and even though what ended up being a horrific loss for the British ends up being a horrific loss, really for both sides. I can't downplay the fact that the British lost a lot of tanks and a lot of men during their assault, but Rommel, like I said, followed that up with losing almost everything he had. And then, of course, a few days later, Rommel would then give the order for all German forces to retreat. Uh, Without the proper transportation, a lot of the Italian forces were left behind to fend for themselves. But they were uh, able to put up a fight against the British, who were trying to pursue Rommel. Sorry, this battle is actually over. That's why I'm just talking, because when I hit the Zen button, we should actually end it. So there we go. Yeah, there we go. We achieved victory at El Alamein. Kinda, sorta. Took a lot of casualties in the process. But the Italian the Italian divisions that were left behind ended up slowing down the British and made it so they couldn't pursue Rommel as he retreated from the battle. Now, Hitler actually did order Rommel to make a stand. However, he sort of didn't do that, obviously. So he was able to retreat all the way back across the desert where he came from. The British failed to really pursue Rommel. Mostly the British Air Force. They believed that the Luftwaffe was a bigger presence in the area than they actually were. And like I said, Rommel made a fighting retreat all the way back to El Agheila, where we started this whole thing to begin with. Now, he then retreated from El Agheila as well, and ended up in Tunisia, where, of course, the Germans and Italians were already fighting the Americans, who had made their way via Operation Torch, who had landed in Tunisia. And at this point, the Vichy French had already capitulated and joined what forces they had ended up joining with the Americans, or the Allies at that point. And in Tunisia, Rommel would actually become the head chief honcho in charge of all the desert forces in Tunisia as well. So that is where we end El Alamein. Sorry, I'm not very as much my historical knowledge, at least down to the tactical details of El Alamein, aren't as good as some of the other battles that we talked about in the past. So that's why I was a little more quiet than usual about that. North Africa isn't my forte when it comes to historical knowledge. Really, none of the battles that we're about to play, up into probably the Normandy landings, are really battles I know too much about, but I'll do my best when it comes to historical reference. Like Kasserine should be pretty interesting. I'm assuming we're gonna play Kasserine. Now, when it gets to like Sicily, I know strategically a lot about it. Like basically, how Patton moved up, how Montgomery moved now down to the individual battles. I'm not too sure about. Same with Italy. Really should look more into Italy. it's really a theater that unfortunately is lost on me. I don't really have too much interest, although there were some amazing and interesting battles fought in Italy, especially up in the mountains, which are very interesting. I don't know if the game really goes too much into that. Now the other thing is I probably already have started posting videos on it on this channel, um, so I don't know at this point. But the new DLC for this game has come out. Like I said, I probably have already started posting videos. However, if I've not for some reason, be looking forward to that. It deals with the not Spanish American War, Spanish Civil War, which should be very interesting. It has a lot of interesting gameplay mechanics that have changed for that particular scenario, so look forward to that if I haven't already posted already on that. Like I said, by this point, I probably already have. Again, another theater I'm not too well versed in, that Spanish Civil War, but very interesting. Very interesting regardless. So thank you all for watching. Sorry I rambled a little bit here towards the end, and sorry this is a little bit short of a video. I could start with the next battle. In fact, you know what, we're only at 11 minutes. Let's go ahead. Let's just take a look at the next battle. Let's go ahead and continue. Like I said, it should be Kasserine. I would assume it's Kasserine. Unless we're doing the fighting retreat, which I seriously doubt. Although, when you play the German... Okay, yeah.
The Americans have landed in force in Africa and are attacking us from the west as the British continue to press us from the east. As a result of this, we've abandoned all plans for Egypt and pulled back to Tunisia. Seeing as there's little to do except wait for the British Eighth Army to catch up to us now, Rommel wants you to take a small force and strike at the Americans here at Kasserine. Narrow passes here and here should nullify any American numerical advantages. So use the local terrain wisely. Best we can hope for is a tactical victory. Gives these fresh Americans a taste of German resolve.
Alright, so yeah, our next battle is going to be Kasserine. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and take a look at what we can deploy, and then, like I said, that way next episode we can really just focus in on the battle itself. So we have Superior Maneuver, gets +1 initiative point of each movement speed advantage over the enemy. Okay, I guess. I'm not really sure how that is utilized, but we'll see. Now, a lot of my forces have taken severe casualties. Like I said, we got to use our elite reinforcements intelligently. None of my infantry is really worth using elite reinforcements for. Don't think I'm going to use. I'm probably going to use these two this battle though, and of course my recon as well, and my pioneers. Get them back onto the field, so that doesn't really leave us with much to use. I thought did I move into reserve? I must have accidentally clicked them in. Do I need my bridge pioneer unit? Not really. I guess I could utilize some bridge pioneers right here. Across the Hatab River, but I don't know. Alright, I think I'll use my other elite reinforcement for this artillery unit here. Seeing as he's pretty high up there in experience. Not high up there, but as good as I'm probably going to get. Alright, so that leaves me... Let's go ahead and... I still have one more elite replacement to use. I thought I used them all. Let's use it on this fighter unit. Alright, so let's go ahead and use up most of this prestige. Maybe not most of it, but we're going to use up a good chunk. Trying to get all these forces back up to full. We'll wait on these units right now. Alright. So everybody's back at full strength. Still have a good amount of prestige left, so that's not too bad. And 8 free core slots. Let's take a look though at what we can upgrade. Ooh, we have our first Tiger, and we can also have the Panzer 3Ms. I will say that although they actually look like they brought down the core slots, because if I could be mistaken, but if I'm not mistaken, the core slot for the Tiger was 10. I think they maneuvered it down to 7. That'd be interesting. So we do have that. We can also upgrade these into the Panzer 3M, which really just added a little bit more armor to the tank. It was actually an upgraded command tank, if I remember correctly, the M. So let's go ahead and upgrade at least these two to the M. I think what I'm going to do is actually upgrade this guy to the Tiger. As you can see, it's a huge stat upgrade. I don't know if I want to bring in any more than one Tiger, because I gotta admit, the Tigers are a little underwhelming. I've used them during my Russian campaign, but really felt like it was severely outgunned. I once had a Tiger up on a hill during the Russian campaign, and was attacked by a Lend-Lease Valentine, and took way more casualties than he should have. I believe it was like a 5-to-2 casualty ratio, and he wasn't cut off, he wasn't anything, there really wasn't any modifier. It happened twice, and he was subsequently destroyed, and I remember being so mad at the game at that point. Sorry, a little bit of bitching, but let's see, we probably can upgrade. Yeah, we can definitely upgrade our recon car at this point. We haven't used it in several missions. And let's see, can we upgrade our fighters? I doubt it. We just got the Focke-Wulf, so I would have been surprised if I could. Ooh, we have the ME-410. The ME-410, or also known as the Hornet, it's a very good fighter bomber. Now we are going to lose the ability to what did I do? We are going to lose the ability to do air-to-air combat, if I remember correctly. It's showing air-to-air combat, but like I said, as you can see, it drops significantly. I think you can only attack air-to-air with the Hornet if you are attacked yourself. Pretty sure that's the case, but it's a good upgrade, so I'm definitely going to go with that. It basically had the same gun in it, slightly modified, that the Panzer 3s had at this point. The Panzer 3Ls, that L60, 5cm L60, is what basically they put one of those in these Hornets, so they are a heavy ground attack fighter. And no, okay, yeah, we still have the best bomber we can get. Strap bomber, that is. Can't upgrade those. We're only left with 3. Let's take a look at our anti-tank. What can we get? Oh, well, we have the Stug. Let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and upgrade him to the Stug. We could go with the 3F and save a core slot. But I like the idea of having more armor, and I think it has a better gun. No. Oh, yeah, slightly. I guess it's because it has it. Oh. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so yeah, the G has a better gun. Okay, so let's upgrade him. And I think I'm actually going to disband this guy. Yeah, let's go ahead and disband. I don't think I need. I'd rather have the mobile anti-tank, but I don't think I need 2 of them. Let's see, maybe we'll upgrade. That's what we'll upgrade. We'll upgrade this guy. That's going to give us a lot more firepower. So let's do that. And we're left with 2, so we can upgrade these guys as well. So we have this 15. Let's upgrade 2 of these guys to the 17 millimeter. It's going to give us more range, more firepower. And we still have 8 infantry units, so that's good. Alright, so let's deploy. Where are we going to need them the most? In fact, I might convert... Actually, I can't. I can't convert one of these guys into... Unless I decide I want to get rid of my storage, which I think I should go with recon in this mission. But I was going to talk about maybe replacing... So I have 3 pioneers. It's probably the better idea because they have all these mountain passes that we have to break through. I feel like this is going to be a tough one too. I think this is going to be a harder mission than it should be. Just looking at what we have a lot of open ground here in the south. But trying to take Sabia is going to be difficult. With all these mountains around it, it's going to make troop movement very difficult. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more difficult than I think it needs to be. Because this is Kasserine Pass, and the Germans pretty much, for lack of a better term, massacred the Americans at Kasserine. Alright, we'll go 2 in the north. There's a lot more open ground in the south, so I think I'll take my engineers here in the middle for Grenadier unit. And we'll put a Grenadier unit in the south for Warmock infantry. And we'll put a Warmock at each one of these locations as well. Trying to think where the best place to deploy. I think I'm going to deploy my Tiger in the south. Maybe with 1 Panzer III. And maybe my recon car in the south as well. And I think that's going to be my southern attack force. I don't think... Well, I'm going to need it. I'm going to give him a gun as well. We'll give him 15 millimeter. We'll do my mobile artillery. And that gun in the north. I'm going to put most of my tanks. I'm going to just give them 1 tank of each. And then I'm going to put all 4 of my Panzer IVs here in the middle. Or 3 of my Panzer IVs. Again, spread out. Oh, wow. We're going to need to capture a air base here in the middle. Put my strap bomber here in the north, seeing as it looks like we have more mountain passes. Put most of my bombing force here in the north. And there we go. Deployment is over, although we did... What was the hero that we got? Oh, we did lose Ferocious Defender. Entrenchment of this unit cannot be ignored. Who did we have that on? I don't know. Who do you think the best? Probably one of my Grenadier units would have slapped it on. For him... And the other guy, I think maybe fighter. Oops, sorry. Superior maneuver gets 1+ initiative. Yeah, why not? He might be facing up against some slow-moving planes. Who knows? Alright, and that's where we're going to leave this episode, guys. We'll actually play the Battle of Kasserine next episode. Hopefully things go pretty decently, although I'm looking, I don't like the way this looks, although I have plenty of prestige, to, be able to do lots of reinforcement with, but I just feel like this is going to be a hard-fought battle, although, just trying to get over these mountains, because I don't think going up this road here is going to be a very good idea, yeah, I just don't think that's going to end up being a good idea, trying to travel, because they're probably going to have artillery or just troops that are just going to pour down on us from the mountains. I mean, you already see some mountain infantry here, or just infantry, but in the mountains. So I expect that to be the norm. That's why I place most of my artillery and bombing in here in the north. The southern route should be pretty easy. Should pretty much go pretty smoothly up. Hopefully. That's the hope and the prayer anyway. Alright, but like I said, that'll all be saved for the next episode. So thank you all for watching. This is General History Gaming, signing off. Bye.